I'm at Friends of the Fakahatchee in Fakahatchee Strand Preserve, just outside of Naples, Florida. And today I'm going to be riding about 60 miles round trip from here out to Picayune's Strand Preserve and back through some really interesting areas, basically through an abandoned subdivision that was used as the world's largest real estate fraud at the time. So this is going to be a really interesting ride. Really looking forward to it. So let's get going. This is an absolutely beautiful ride. The landscape is incredible. There's tons of wildlife everywhere. There's nobody out here. It is just like the perfect ride right now. Fakahatchee is the state's 4th largest park, and though it's not part of Big Cypress or Everglades National Park, it's still very much a part of the larger Everglades ecosystem. So, you know, it is typified by tremendous amount of water flowing. Wow, look at all those birds flowing from north to south down into Florida Bay. And this area has changed a lot over the years. So back in the 20s, a lot of it was old growth cypress forest that was clear cut in order to build all the development going on the west coast of Florida. And over the years, it has come under state protection, and nature's kind of making its way back. I love this little sign here. There are all sorts of awesome animals that live out here. Everything from otters to black bear to deer to Florida panther. So you gotta keep your eyes peeled. Wow, that hawk just caught a mouse. So, I've been riding down James Memorial Drive for about 40 minutes, and this is the gate that leads you to the rest of the park. No vehicles are allowed beyond this point, so it's just going to be me and whoever happens to be biking or hiking through here. The trail has definitely gotten a bit wilder and bumpier since I passed the gate, but it's not terrible. It's still, you know, decently smooth. I'm in the middle of a cypress forest, and it is so beautiful and peaceful here. The only thing you hear are the bird song and the dripping water and yourself, and it's incredible. That's why I come out here. First gator sighting of the day. I'd say it's a fully grown adult, probably 9 to 10 feet in length. Definitely won't be the last one today. I've come out of the cypress forest and I'm now riding through a grove of slash pine. Up ahead is going to be basically the end of James Memorial Drive, which is the road I've been riding on since I started, and Picayune Strand Preserve. Lot of black vultures. I've just reached the end of James Memorial Drive, and Fakahatchee Strand Preserve, and I'm about to enter Picayune Strand Preserve. This guy wants to stick around with me. Holy crap! There are a ton of fish just jumping around. Whew. So I am now in Picayune Strand Preserve. It is not as well maintained as James Memorial Drive, Fakahatchee. You can tell it definitely gets less traffic. A lot more potholes, a lot more water, but it's still beautiful. So the history of this area is very, very interesting. It was essentially clear cut back in the 1930s and 1920s, and then the owner of the land figured, hey, why not, you know, get into this whole Florida real estate boom. So they carved out these streets, one of which I am now riding on, and tried to sell parcels of land to people up north. The thing is, as you can tell, this place floods like crazy. So basically 8 months out of the year it's underwater, and what they would do is that they'd bring in these people, these potential buyers from out of state, and fly them over this area during the dry season, and then sell them on the land, and they'd buy it. And this was the largest real estate scam of its time. It was huge. So when people tell you like, oh, you know, I got some land to sell in the Everglades, this is basically what they're referring to. So I definitely did not time the water levels right, because this is turning more into a portage / swim than a ride than what I had anticipated. But I am nothing if not stubborn, so I'm gonna try to make it as far as I can. Hopefully I can get to the other park. Okay, I'm gonna have to call this one, because as stubborn as I am, this water is getting knee and thigh deep, and I still have at least 18 more miles to go. Does not seem to be getting any better. So I'm going to pack it in and go back, because that's the mature thing to do. And yeah, just go back to my car. Picayune won this round, but I'll be back when it's a bit drier, and I'll try to ride it then. And we are at the end of Picayune Strand Preserve and back with all the black vultures. Hey guys. There's my buddy I saw earlier, now sunning itself on the bank. It is a big one, that's for sure. I'm back at the intersection between James Memorial Drive and the East Main Tram Road over here. And about 2 miles down is a private cabin. So I'm gonna go down there, do a little bit of a detour, and check that out. it down to the cabin. It was quite a bumpy ride, but I do get rewarded with this awesome boardwalk that goes out overlooking a beautiful swamp pond. So what's really cool about this particular topography is that the alligators themselves are what's responsible for this pond. So in the dry season, the water level could drop, 2, 3, 4 feet, and the alligators congregate here, and them rolling around essentially keeps this pond open and keeps seedlings of say cypress or other trees from growing here. There's one juvenile gator right there. There's another one off over here. I'm sure there's more around that I cannot see. Sun is back out, and I'm headed back to my car about 5 miles away, and ready to wash myself and wash the bike down for sure. That's a 30-mile bike today, about half of what I expected to do, but definitely did not go according to plan. Regardless, it was a really nice ride. There was a lot of wildlife, tons of deer, gator, every kind of bird you can imagine. It was really, really beautiful, so I really enjoyed Fakahatchee, and I'll come back another day to tackle Picayune when it's a little drier.